Seoul, South Korea, October 2025. Massive waves of anticipation have erupted across the global music industry today as multiple trusted insiders report that BTS member Park Jimin has officially completed the final recording and mastering stage of his long-awaited solo comeback album. His first major release since being discharged from South Korea's mandatory military service earlier this year. According to sources inside HYB's state-of-the-art production compound in Yongsan, the final mastering took place behind closed doors late last night, with security at an unusually heightened level. The recording session was described as ultra-confidential and highly controlled, with only 2 engineers and 1 HYB executive allegedly present in the room with Jimin. HYB has not issued any statement, neither confirming nor denying the reports, fueling an even stronger wave of speculation among fans and media outlets across Asia, the US, and Europe. Within just hours of the rumor surfacing through Korean entertainment agency insiders, the global fanbase acted in full force on X, formerly Twitter. The phrase "Jimin album mastered" trended worldwide at #1 globally, reaching over 2.3 million mentions in under 6 hours. Fans immediately began connecting the dots, and the top collective prediction is that Jimin is planning a surprise stage at the 2025 Net Asian Music Awards, MAMA, just a few weeks from now. This is exactly how Jimin moved during Face era. Silent, calculated, then boom, global takeover. I feel it in my bones. Viral fan comment on Weverse. 185K likes. Fan detectives further highlighted that Big Hit stopped uploading light content related to Jimin this week, something they've historically done when preparing for a high-stakes, sudden drop. Industry analysts point to one major pattern. Jimin has never done a comeback that was not strategically tied to a major global stage. By end 2023, during his Face era, his performance at US late-night shows and multiple Billboard collaborations boosted him to the first Korean soloist ever to debut at #1 on Billboard Hot 100. The timing this year is nearly identical, except now it's post-military Jimin, the most anticipated version of him the industry has ever seen. Music critic Han Jin-suk commented in an interview today, "Mama is no longer just an Asian award show. It's become the global launchpad for K-pop dominance. HYB knows this. Jimin knows this. If he appears, it will not be casual. It will be an ambush." HYB's absolute silence has only increased speculation. However, insiders report rising activity within the company. Studio rental data shows 3 major rooms have been blocked for full-stage rehearsal booking. Several HYB staff were reportedly seen moving stage outfits and bodyguard teams in late-night shifts. International media outlets including Billboard, Rolling Stone, and Vanity Fair have quietly paused scheduled stories to await a major Korean artist development. No official comeback teaser has been released yet, but fans argue this is exactly how Jimin operates. He does not announce. He arrives. Major Western record executives have also reportedly begun preparing marketing allocations for Jimin, with one US music distribution insider stating anonymously, "The numbers that Jimin pulled during his first solo era were historic." Taylor Swift-level engagement in multiple Asian territories. The conversations being held now are on a scale far beyond just K-pop. If the surprise performance at MAMA 2025 truly happens, this could become the single most watched live K-pop moment post-military era, potentially even surpassing BTS's own previous milestones. For months, subtle patterns surrounding Jimin's movements have gone mostly unnoticed by casual observers, but not by industry trackers and dedicated fans. According to leaked schedule data from independent K-pop analysts, HYB quietly switched Jimin from internal project to full priority release mode as early as late August 2025. Several notable events happened shortly after. Jimin was spotted leaving HYB at 2:13 a.m. twice in September, heavily guarded, entering a no-cameras hallway usually reserved for confidential artist movements. Multiple Korean vocal directors, known for working on high-level ballads and global OSTs, were temporarily reassigned to Studio 4B, the same space used for BTS's Life Goes On mastering session. Fans noticed a complete silence on Jimin's personal brand partnerships, a key sign as HYB historically declutters. brand noise right before a global musical drop. One music journalist from Seoul, speaking anonymously, commented, "HYB only enters total silence mode under two conditions: legal crisis or historic release." There is no legal crisis here, so you can guess the rest. What makes this development even more explosive is that international brands and press are already preparing for Jimin's activation, despite zero official announcement. A major luxury fashion house in Paris, believed to be Dior, has suddenly halted its October campaign execution, allegedly to synchronize timing with a major Eastern public figure's return. US entertainment outlets have also quietly rescheduled content. A senior editor at Rolling Stone Asia reportedly instructed staff this morning, "Delay all non-essential features." We may be hours away from a major Seoul-based disruption. This level of preemptive global media preparation without a single teaser image, poster, or press note is almost unprecedented. The last time it happened, BTS permission to dance Las Vegas era. Jimin's 2023 solo debut with Face was already iconic, but the world is now awaiting something far beyond idol comeback. 2 years have passed. He has completed military duty. His voice, presence, and artistic direction are evolving. Music critic Seo Minju analyzed earlier today, Jimin is entering what I would call the legacy phase. It's no longer about topping charts. It's about permanently shifting where he stands in global pop culture history. Additionally, Jimin remains the most streamed BTS soloist on Spotify in Japan as of Q3 2025. His Like Crazy still trends weekly on TikTok Japan and Brazil, entirely organically. He remains consistently in the top 3 for most demanded solo comeback among returning military idols globally. HYB is very much aware of this momentum. They're not just launching an album, they are launching a second era of Jimin as a cultural brand, not just a musician. Industry insiders claim this upcoming album is dramatically different from Face. Unlike his 2023 release, which leaned toward experimental R&B with emotional vulnerability, this 2025 comeback is rumored to lean into high-concept cinematic pop, potentially merging orchestral layering with dark contemporary rhythm structures, somewhere between The Weeknd, Tail OST grandness, and French electronic minimalism. A leaked report on a Korean producers forum suggests 3 major clues. HYB pulled an A. Grammy-winning Western mixing engineer, rumored to be the same one behind Billie Eilish's award-winning Dolby Atmos mixes. A composer linked to the 2024 Oscar-nominated Korean film soundtrack was spotted entering the studio days before Jimin's final mastering. There is one track fully recorded in Japanese, not a translated version, but originally written in Japanese, raising speculation of a Japan-first dominant release strategy. 1K Music Forum user, verified as a back-end employee at a major mastering facility, wrote anonymously, "This album is structured like a cinematic journey, not a playlist. It feels like a confession, a prophecy, and a performance combined." This is the question dominating global discussion right now. There is a widespread belief among ARMY that Jimin is the first domino. If he rises first, even before RM's rumored winter project or Jungkook's 2026 tour, it could signify that HYB is preparing for a synchronized team-wide move before Festa 2026. Music industry political analyst John Myung-woo commented today, "If HYB lets Jimin go first, it means one thing. BTS is not coming back. They are strategically coming alive again, piece by piece. Not all at once. Jimin is the ignition." Fans see this as poetic. In 2013, the first viral BTS stage spark came from Jimin's legendary debut performances. If he is also the first to open the 2025 to 2026 comeback gates, it becomes a perfect historical mirror, a full-circle narrative.